Moving on. Our next film, Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times
good
fast.
Tim Burton movies.
Can't do it.
Can't do it?
We can't do it. We've learned from this film that you can't say his
don't
name.
say his name 3 times?
This was Tim Burton's like second big movie, yeah.
After Pee-wee?
Yeah, he did Pee-wee and then he did this.
Then the next year he did Batman.
Next year was Batman.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it's funny. Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton again. It's weird. He feels like he has more in common with Heath Ledger's Joker than Jack Nicholson's Joker does. If you go back and watch Beetlejuice, he's a little bit. He's got the green hair.
Right.
His kind of his attitude is. Weird thing is the script was originally really dark, very serious, dark. Actual horror movie.
Yeah, Beetlejuice was actually meant to kill the residents of the home instead of scaring them.
Also, he was he had big wings, he was a demon, and he turned into a Middle Eastern man, apparently. Yeah, that whole wonderful dance sequence at the dinner party with the shrimp hands. I guess vines on the rug come to life and just strangle everybody, which is a little bit less fun, but you know, Tim Burton figured it out.
March 30th, 1988 for this one. Of course, Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, but check out the rest of the lineup. I mean, Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, and Winona Ryder. It's a pretty nice lineup. Pulled in $73 million at the box office and did win an Oscar for Best Makeup.
See, I don't remember seeing Beetlejuice in '88. I definitely saw it later, but what I do remember from that year are the toys. There were so many great toys around Beetlejuice. Do you remember any of those?
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
like,
they were similar to the Ghostbusters ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I just remember the one where you could put him in like, I forget what you put him in, but it changes his head size. He's got the small head and the big head, and like the head flips over.
Like the voodoo guy that shrinks his head.
There's a whole bunch of different action figures. I remember playing with those a ton.
It's funny though, this film, I remember it for all its visual effects, but they only spent $1 million on the visual effects. So
Tim Burton's great with a limited budget. Like
yeah,
that was his strong point.
And he only took this script because he was like kind of tired with how Hollywood was like making all the kind of sequels that we see nowadays, and he's like, I want something original, and then he found this, and then we get something like blew like 50% or 70% from what the original budget was. So.
I remember, not the toys, but I remember the cartoon. There was an animated series that ran 4 years.
Really bad show.
Well, 4 seasons between over 2 years, 89 to 91. I think I probably saw them all on Nickelodeon or whatever it was at the time. Tim Burton executive produced it, and Danny Elfman, who scored the film, also scored the cartoon's theme song. Wow. Which was kind of interesting. It was
such a nice friendship.
It was Lydia and Beetlejuice. They would pal around in the neither world. That was the whole show was full of bad puns like that.
And I bet you those toys are actually based off the show and not off the
Probably.
movie. Now that I think about it.
I would think so.
Yeah, that'd make a ton more sense.
That show in Tasmania were the hour a day when Nickelodeon wasn't fun for me. Excluding Nick at Night, of course, but I don't know. I never got into it. I have a bunch of trading cards on my desk for some reason. They had glow-in-the-dark stickers in them, but like, yeah, it was just Beetlejuice. Like the thing that made the movie work was really not there in the cartoon. I don't think. I don't know.
This weird dark humor that Beetlejuice just continuously has.
Well, the cartoon, right? The movie itself, although played okay for kids, was directed more towards adults.
Absolutely.
The cartoon show is trying to take that humor and just pipe it to children. And so, yeah, I mean, it's sort of a one-note thing that even apparently 4-year-old Max didn't jive with.
There have been rumblings of a sequel, Beetlejuice 2, for years and years and years.
Starring Johnny Depp.
Oh,
well,
God.
it may finally be happening in December 2014, which is only 5 months ago as of this recording. Burton said, quote, "We're working on a script and I think it's probably closer than ever and I'd love to work with Keaton again." So nothing's set in stone, but there is active development going on with something. I mean, now Michael Keaton wouldn't need the makeup to play Beetlejuice.
And when a writer needs
kind of like how if there ever were a Back to the Future 4, Christopher Lloyd wouldn't need the makeup anymore either. That's where we are 30 years later, folks.
Stop making sequels. Make new original things, please.
I agree completely. Couldn't agree more.